you gon' do to me, but I ain't seen nothing.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Kenzie and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I wanted to do a little college advice video. I have a very different college experience than most, but I feel like a lot of people do as well. I didn't go off to a university and go rush or anything like that. I'll give you guys a little background on my college experience so you guys can understand, but I still I'm about to be a senior. This is my senior year. Can't wait to graduate. It's gonna be really great. This is really quick background. Okay, I graduated high school online. I graduated a year early and I moved out to LA, so I lived here for a year. I gained residency in California. Then I was at Santa Monica College, but I was taking all my classes online, so it was community, but I was taking all my classes online because I was working full-time with YouTube and stuff. Because I was working full-time and kind of already doing what I wanted to do, and I'm very entrepreneur or whatever, I always wanted a college degree, but my plan at the time was to just finish out online. So I was gonna transfer to a university but finish my classes online. That's where I was at, because when it was online, it really didn't matter if experience wise, so that's why I did community. And then my spring of my sophomore year, I decided I really wanted to transfer to the program that I'm at now, which is Zoe Leadership College, which is an extension campus of Southeastern University. So Zoe is a church, but it's an internship program, so even if you can't relate to that, it's fine. And then when I graduate, I'll have my bachelor's in business administration. So it's also school, but we also take all of our classes online, but I actually go to a physical school. It's just a little bit different of a college experience, but it's still college nonetheless. And I want to see if you guys, whatever, we're gonna do a college advice video from what I have experienced and stuff. But if you guys are trying to rush or anything, I'm not really the girl for you. Watch Keaton's videos, Danielle's, Brooke's. This is for someone who has not exactly that college experience. I feel there's honestly probably more of you. Actually, I don't know. I feel there's still a lot of you guys. So if you guys are new here, be sure to subscribe. I also post a lot of college week in my life vlogs and stuff. I'm so excited for orientation, all of that, to vlog that, because those vlogs are always so fun. And I'm really excited for my senior year. If you guys have questions specifically more about my program, I have videos about it down below. Southeastern is a university in Florida. We're just an extension site campus, so just think of it as another campus, if that makes sense. How did you decide what you wanted to major in? I have so many ideas and I can't decide. Okay, so for my major, I don't really know. I think that if I would have gone to a university, my forefront focus only college, I think I still would actually have done business administration. It's just what interested me, and I felt it was semi-generic. I didn't want to go and get something too specific. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's my answer. That's it. How did you know your program was the best fit for you? I, like I said, thought I was just gonna do all my classes online for forever and graduate that way, but I didn't really like how isolated I was. I think also college is kind of a luxury of you go to high school and then there's college and then there's real world, and I didn't really love online because I was also working from home too with doing YouTube and stuff, so it was very isolating. If I was living at home by myself, or I was living alone, working from home and doing school online, so it was very isolating, and I really just wanted honestly human contact essentially. So there's so many reasons as to why. It was kind of a random decision, but it was the best decision. So, but if you guys are looking at colleges and stuff, go tour, go actually get a feel for it, talk to people who go there, stuff like that. Did you withdraw from any classes? I withdrew from one class, a humanities class, that I ended up taking the next semester that wasn't even as hard as I thought it was gonna be. Just thought for sure it was gonna be the worst thing ever. But yeah, how do you study? How do you deal with working and socializing in school and working out? Literally, I plan to a T. I'm my biggest strength is time management. I always say that. I don't feel it has been this summer, but normally in school, it's my biggest strength is time management and all of that. It's just so much better. So I just plan on my week a week before, have everything planned out. I never procrastinate school. Well, I don't want to say I never procrastinate schoolwork, but I think maybe 5% of the time I procrastinate. It's just I don't do that. What else? I work out. Honestly, I make time to work out because that makes me more productive, and it just overall I feel better and I just do better. Working out is a really big thing for me. And I'm lucky because when I work a lot of the time, I can be with friends. I'll be hey, let's go get coffee, and we're working together, but it's kind of social, so I don't know. It's hard, but I make it work. I would say I don't really have like free time. Like I never have time to just like lay around. I will like schedule time that I need to like rest and chill and just have fun, but I don't have like just free time that's like nothing, you know? Any advice on eating well and easy meal prep? Okay, easy meal prep, the easiest meal prep is just chicken and vegetables. I do that all the time, especially in the school year. It doesn't take that long. Also, like, let's say you don't have time to meal prep. Like if you're gonna make one meal a week, when you like cook, just cook like 4 times of that and then you have meal prep. It's not that difficult. Also, you can do like 1-pan dishes. Like it's really not that hard. I have these Amazon boxes that I use too. It's really not that difficult. I make overnight oats a lot in the school year too, because that's like a really quick breakfast that I normally eat on my drive to school. But yeah, like chicken and vegetables. If you guys want to see a video on like easy, cheap meal prep for the week and like what I do, let me know in the comments down below. Advice for feeling like you don't fit in / have to work hard to find a good group of friends. Okay, I look back at my program and like the semester that I didn't really feel like I had like, no, I mean I never felt like I didn't have friends, but I definitely like, there was a shift in me. Like I wasn't really investing into the people in my program, and the next semester I did, and I loved it so much more. I had such a great time, and I've made like amazing friends because I was investing more. So I think to like have a friend, you have to be a friend, and I would definitely recommend like making an effort and like if you're like on campus, like literally joining clubs, like joining things. Also like, okay, this is random, but just in LA around, like I literally make friends with like workout classes, like kind of knowing like the culture where you're at, and like you can figure out how to meet people through that. Also, another super random thing, a lot of us who have podcasts have like secret Facebook groups, and in those Facebook groups, a lot of you guys will be like, oh my gosh, does anyone go to like Arkansas, or does anyone go to like U of A or whatever, and then people meet on there. So like that's such a random one, but if you're interested in something, join a secret Facebook group, because there's like so many of you guys who have met like on my Facebook group that like will send me photos and stuff, and that's my favorite thing to see. But basically overall, like try to find friends who are doing the same thing as you, because you typically have like stuff in common, you know? How to afford to eat healthy to avoid the dreaded freshman 15. Again, I can do an entire video on this, but eating healthy like isn't like, yes, I don't want to say it's like super cheap, but it isn't as expensive as it's made out to be a lot of the time. And if you meal prep, like the key to this is just meal prepping, because you save a lot of money from meal prepping, and you're not eating out, and you're not like, at that point you have a meal made, so you're not tempted to go spend money out, and you're not tempted to go get like McDonald's or whatever. Meal prepping is the biggest thing. I will make a bunch of meal prep videos, if you guys want to see that. I'm so down. How to schedule and stay on track if you're busy, work, school, friends, working out, dating, etc. Like I said, it's my Google Calendar. I can also do an entire video on like how I plan and stuff, but at the beginning of the week, I always have like my classes. I have classes Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 9 to 3, 10 to 3, 10 to 3. Normally it kind of switches up a little bit. But the first thing I do is I schedule my workouts for the week, and then I will schedule in time if I like know I'm gonna need to see friends or like do something, whatever. And I will literally have the entire week, like even if like I'm gonna do this assignment, or I'm gonna do this, or edit this video, or film this video, I will have it all planned out before I even get into the week. And that's like literally the only way that I stay on top of things. I don't just like wake up and be like, oh, what am I gonna do today? Like literally ever. So that's the biggest thing. How do you stay on track with all the fast food surrounding you? These are literally all planning and food related. Meal prepping. Again, I think that's it. Also, the healthier you eat, for me at least, Coco, the healthier you eat, the like less you crave unhealthy food. Like I was eating so clean majority of the summer. In the past like probably week or so, I've been eating a little bit less clean, and now I'm craving those foods again, but I stopped craving them when I was eating really healthy. What should I do if I have no idea what to do with my life? I don't really know. I think also it's really easy to look at people, like look at my Instagram, or like look at like my friends, or like even the people around you, and think that they like know what they're doing. Like, I don't even know what I'm doing with my life. I'm just kind of doing things. So I don't know. I think there's a lot of pressure when you're younger to like feel like you have to know, and I don't feel like you really have to know. So many people don't even know until they're like 40. But I don't know, I think it depends. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with getting your basics at all to like figure things out. I mean, maybe a gap year is for you. I'm not someone who thinks that college is for everyone. I think it's really important, and I personally really wanted an education, but I just don't think it's necessary for everyone. So I think it's just like figuring out what works for you and what's good for you. I would talk to like people, like leaders or mentors, or like your parents or whatever, whoever's in your life, and see. But yeah, that's like my general answer. Any advice for upcoming sophomores? Any important lessons you learned? I think the second year is typically better anywhere, because at that point, like your freshman year, your first year anywhere is typically kind of weird. Like you're figuring things out, you're meeting new people, you're like friends with people kind of from like by proximity, because you're friends with people because you're just like near them. Sophomore year, your second year is typically when you like start to like realize who you really want to be friends with and stuff like that, and like get kind of like more established. Just like typically your second year anywhere. I really prefer like second years typically places. I don't know, I think it's fun. I think it's like you kind of have figured things out and just have fun, enjoy it, work hard, that's it. Any important lessons I learned? I would say the biggest lesson that I learned was to invest in the people around me, because that was like kind of the whole point, and it made everything so much better. Tips for starting a new school. Okay, I feel like a lot of you guys are probably gonna be college freshmen, or you're maybe transferring schools, or maybe you're in high school. I don't really know what it is. I can do a whole high school advice video too. I would so be down for that. You know what? I kind of want to do a high school advice with my high school friends. That would be so cute. I'm going home in a few days. I might do that. For starting a new school, I think be open, and also there's a lot of other people who are starting a new school at the time as you, and like I think just introducing yourself and just talking to random people, 100% that's what you should do, because people will feel so much like everyone's kind of on the same page, and then people will just be like glad that you're even talking to them because they are probably feeling the same way. How to get motivated to study and studying tips. I literally survived, especially in high school, survived on Quizlet. Quizlet, like flashcards for me are like game changer. As far as like motivation to study, you have to just kind of do it. I like to get out of my house. Like for some reason, I think because I grew up studying at Starbucks, but like going to Starbucks for me and like just putting on like music and just doing, like normally Quizlet, that's the biggest thing. Like I make flashcards, that's my biggest study tip. And going to Starbucks and just blocking out 2 hours and just getting everything done, that's what I do. How to meet friends that have similar interests as you. This one says that don't drink, but just in general have similar interests than you. Love you too. I think it's just like you're gonna attract people like along the way. I think people are so focused on like finding, I think even like in relationships, people are so focused on like finding a person, and I feel like it's just gonna come as you're doing things that you want to be doing. Or that you like doing. So if like you don't drink or you do drink or whatever, like you're gonna meet friends in whatever activities that you're doing. Does that make any sense? I think it's great like joining clubs, groups, anything like that is always good. How has having Coco impacted your studies? Want to get a puppy for school but worried. Okay, so Coco, my dog, I got her when I was working from home, doing school from home, everything. It was so easy because I was with her all the time. Now I just like have to make sure I go back midday, and I live like 30 minutes from my school, so that's kind of annoying. It's definitely been more difficult. I would not recommend it for college kids. Like who everyone wants to get a dog so bad, I wouldn't recommend it. But like I'm like obviously like too committed and far into this. It was so much easier when I was doing school online. It still isn't that hard, but I wouldn't recommend it for like just a normal college student. It's a lot of responsibility. How to stay focused. Literally plan out your week. Listening to podcasts in the morning, I think a lot of it has to do with your morning routine too. If you guys want to see a productive college morning routine, let me know. I think a lot of it has to do with how you start off your day. How to not be upset when your friends start getting boyfriends in college. Be happy for them. Like, it's whatever. I don't really have like good answer for that. Like, I think, just in general though, when people like get new friends and whatever, just make an effort. People get so mad typically and they're like, oh my gosh, you're ignoring me, but like you're also not making an effort to like see them or whatever. So just like be intentional with the friendship. How to make friends fast. Literally just talk to people. I will talk to anyone when I'm out places, and so it's like pretty easy, but also like looking to make friends fast, like I think it's kind of risky because like maybe they're not exactly like the people that you want to be with, and you're like investing all this time into whatever. I would just like really like put yourself out of your comfort zone and meet a bunch of different people. Anything about how to keep up with skin and hair care while in college. These are like routines that I think, like this sounds like a small thing, but if I'm not doing my like skincare routine, my morning routine, I go crazy. And especially when like the school year is here and it's like busier, I go wild. So it's just like making sure I'm like literal, like really small routines like that make a very big difference for me as far as like how I feel about myself, how I'm feeling about life. It sounds so stupid, but it's like if you're taking care of yourself, obviously you're gonna feel better. So find a routine and stick to it. I think that's the only thing. Why did you choose ZLC instead of just like a normal university? I personally never really wanted to go to a normal university. Had it not been for YouTube, I 100% would have gone to like a 4-year university, no doubt in my mind. But I was never the girl who was like, oh my gosh, I want to rush. Oh, I can't wait to go to like A&M or whatever. I think it's amazing though. Like I look at my friends and I'm like, part of me is like, aw, but I just don't think that I personally would have been I don't think it would have been the best thing for me. But ZLC, just like my program just like fit what I wanted exactly, and it's honestly like not something I was even looking for. It just kind of like happened. So I really lucked out in that way. But again, I think like there's so many ways to get an education and find what works for you if that's something that you're looking into. And I also recommend getting your own education unless you have like really solid reasoning. Here's my thing, like if you have like really solid reasoning is to not go, for sure don't go. Like cost obviously sucks and whatever, but I think also between the ages of like 18 to 22, if you're just like not really doing anything, like you might as well just get an education if that is like a possibility for you. Obviously it's not a possibility for everyone, I totally understand that, but I would like recommend it if it's available to you or like a possibility or whatever. Also like community colleges are so, I don't want to say so cheap, but like you can get school way less expensive. How to navigate Google Calendar without feeling overwhelmed. I have a video down below all about that. How to stay motivated throughout the semester. I feel like everyone's really motivated at the very beginning and then it kind of dies down and everyone's exhausted and doesn't want to do anything, and I get it. I think I've said scheduling a billion times. I don't know, I think also like making sure you take time to rest and like refresh yourself and you're not like working yourself to death and just whatever. Also kind of like remind yourself of your goals, and if you need to take a breather, take a breather, you know? Do whatever works best for you, but when it hits that part of the semester, we'll talk, okay? What are some clothing essentials? I feel like Lululemon Aligns are so comfortable. I'm trying to think of like generic college. Those leggings are the most comfortable leggings you'll ever have. Just school, I feel like I wear like a different variety of everything. I can also do an entire video of like outfits of the week for college if you guys want me to bring those back, but I kind of like, depends on the day. Like sometimes I'm like wearing like workout clothes and I'm gonna go work out after school or whatever, or sometimes I'm wearing like cute clothes so I'm gonna go to like a meeting. Really just depends. I think a good pair of sneakers, like Air Force Ones are great. Lululemon Aligns, I'll have all this linked down below. A good hoodie, you know, I feel like that's good. That's pretty much my clothing essentials. Yeah, college essentials, just things you need. I love my iPad Pro. I use that all the time for, actually that's not college, I use that for work stuff. MacBook, 100%, AirPods, 100%, a good backpack. I have a really good one from Marc Jacobs that I'm obsessed with. I've used it, I will like use that for years and years and years. A water bottle, because I like will forget to drink water, and like that's like a big thing, like it's important. Also like a cute little mug for coffee. Like I just got a Porter traveling mug that I can take and like save the environment, you know. Working on that, guys. I am getting better, okay? But like things like that, like mugs, water bottles, backpacks, laptops, AirPods. What do you do when you have classes both mornings and afternoons with blank spaces in the middle? I would use a blank space to study or to get stuff done. Like make use of your time. Like we have like an hour lunch break every day, and I always pack my lunch, and like 9 times out of 10 I just stay and I like get more work done, whether that's like emails for YouTube or I'm like editing or whatever. Like that's an hour, that's 3 hours a week of like extra work that I can get done right then. That's like a good amount of time. If you make use of it, it's 3 hours to get more work done. So I would just make use of your time, study, read, do things that you need to do, you know? How many classes do you take per semester? I've taken 13, the lowest, because I couldn't get into other classes, and then I've taken like 18 credit hours, so just depends. How to balance college with work. So I do like YouTube and podcasting full time, and like my schedule is pretty much what I want it to be, slash like it's not exactly, because with podcasting I have to like work with other people and like the studio and whatever. I typically will just try to be in the studio Mondays and Fridays because I don't have classes then, or like Mondays. And then I'm really lucky because I get to like make my own schedule. So I will just like block out days that I'm working or like whatever. So I'm really lucky because I am not on someone else's schedule. So it's like a little bit easier that way. But because of that, it's a little bit harder because it can be more distracting. I'll be like, oh no, I really want to go do this. Or like someone will be like, need me to do something, and I'm like, I really need to work, and they don't really take it as seriously because like I make my own schedule. So yeah. How to deal with constant burnout and feeling exhausted. I think you just need time to rest. I think that's like the biggest thing, is just time to rest. Okay, so that is it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys want any more college related videos, let me know. Lots of Week in My Lives are coming, and I'll do a bunch of other stuff. Love you guys so much, and I'll see you soon. Bye.